Hey guys, I'm here to show you the Q&A feature in Google Meet. Anyone in a Meet can ask a question if the moderator has enabled the feature. So if you'll notice, I have two different screens this time. The one on the left, this screen is the teacher screen, and the one on the right is a participant or student screen. So you can see the difference live while we're doing it. So I'm start over here on the left with the teacher screen, and I'm going to go back up to that activities icon that hosts all of our activity features for Google Enterprise. So I'm going to click on that icon, and I'm going to go down to the Q&A. Now during this, this is a little bit more. You're probably wondering, why do we need Q&A when we have the chat feature? This has a couple extra features. Like upvoting and liking and that kind of thing to keep you organized during your meet. So it's a little bit more than just the chat. So I'm going to turn on Q&A, and if you'll notice, both participants or all participants let you know that Q&A is now open and anyone can ask a question. So I can, as the host, because this is the teacher side, I can turn that back off, and of course it's letting everyone know that is now closed, or I can turn it back on. As the moderator, only I have the ability to enable and disable Q&A. So I'm going to go here to the student side now and show you that I can ask a question. So I'm going to click the activities icon. It lets me know with the little green dot that Q&A is open. So I can go down the bottom either as a participant or as the host and ask a question. So I'm going to go over here and ask, why do we need Q&A? And then I'm going to ask my question. So now you'll notice that you have this little like button that you're very familiar with. This looks very much like the Facebook like button. This is an upvote. Students and teachers can upvote a question. So let's say I really like that student's question and I'm curious about that too. So I can click on the upvote. And what it's going to do is I have the ability to keep these organized by newest, by popular. So that question is the most popular, it can be at the top. Kids have the same ability, so they can upvote it as well. And that way you can organize your questions by the newest. You can organize them by popular or the oldest first. Now, if you'll notice on the teacher side also, we have the ability to hit the question mark. So we can, or the question mark, the check mark, letting us know we've already answered that question. So I can click it and it'll show that we've already answered that question and we can move on to the next one. So let me ask a question also. So oh my goodness, y'all know I can't type. Do you like using these features in Google Meet? I'm going to ask a question. So here again, if you'll notice on this side, the participants can upvote. They can't answer, so that's a different thing in chat. I'm not able to answer. I can see the questions. I can upvote the questions. I can get rid of, as the participant, get rid of a question that's already been answered. But I cannot actually answer it by typing. So that's another difference than chat and Q&A. Again, as a teacher, we can upvote. So let's see if we can make this a little more. Oh, took my upvote away. So I can change it again by newest first. There we go. I can mark as hidden, so I can hide it here. There we go. Okay, so now it's gone. I was like, wait a minute, what's it doing? Okay, so if I take that away, it's marked as unhidden. So now they don't see the question. So I can start adding questions if I want to, and hide them so that they're not seeing them until I'm ready for them. So if I get in a Google Meet early, I can get my questions on there, but I can hide them so that they're not seeing them yet and bring them out when I'm ready for them. And then again, when I'm ready, when I've answered the question, I can check it off, let them know that's been answered. It just keeps you organized and keeps the flow of the Meet going. So again, this is the teacher side, and you can see the different options the teacher has. We can enable them, or the moderator. We can organize them. We can look at all questions. We can look at unanswered, answered, hidden, and then we can hide a question. We can mark it as answered or unanswered once we've got it. We can trash it, and we also have the ability to upvote just like our participants do. So that's the Q&A feature in our new Google Meet Enterprise. Okay guys, just like with polls, you will get a report after your Google Meet session that will show the data for your questions. So you'll get an email, you'll open it in Drive, and the same folder that was created for all your reports is where this report will be. So just like we saw with polls, you'll go to your Drive, you'll have that folder called Meeting Reports, and it will have the time, the date, and the title of the meet, and then you'll be able to find that report. So this is the kind of report you'll see for your questions. So you've got the questions that were asked here, who submitted the question. So remember, in this, students can submit a question. It'll give you this timestamp, the upvotes, whether it was clicked, answered. So, remember, we can click the check mark to say that that question was answered. Was it hidden? Was it cleared? Did the submitter delete it? So it's going to give you all the data that you have for your questions. So if you hold a Meet, there are multiple emails you may get from it depending on what tools you use. If you use Q&A, you'll get a report. If you use polls, you'll get a report. Attendance should send you a report. So there's multiple reports that you can receive from one single Google Meet. Again, you can find these in your email, or you can also find them in your Drive under your meeting report, and it'll make folders for each different meeting. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.